Welcome back to episode 6 of Lost Influence, where I share the behind the scenes of my ghostwriting business, and in particular, how I help live entertainment industry founders and executives really take their reputations and influence from their in-person worlds and transform them into thought leadership-led personal brands on LinkedIn specifically, so that they can start to attract new opportunities above and beyond what already exists in their current company, in their current network. In this video, I'm going to share 3 main things: something that I learned in the business this week or an improvement that I made. Second is a client win. And then third is a tip for you if you are a live entertainment industry founder or executive, a tip for you on how you can start building your personal brand successfully on LinkedIn. So let's go. So first up, it is a new year, obviously, and last year was my first full year in business as a ghostwriter. So I spent the year learning, perfecting my expertise, working with different clients, and really figuring out what my processes would be. At the end of the year, I stopped working with 2 clients. They decided after about 9 months of us working together that they were ready to kind of go it on their own, and they're starting to write their own content, which I'm very excited for them, and can't wait to see what they produce. But this was a really great opportunity for me to figure out how I want to offboard clients. It's the first client that I'm offboarding. And so I needed to figure out how I was going to do that. Most people forget about offboarding. They don't care about offboarding, but for me, it's very important. You know, I come from the live entertainment industry, so every touch point of an experience is crucial so that in the end, the experience will be memorable. And a lot of times in ghostwriting, clients will come back again, you know, in different phases of their career or in different stages in their business. And so it's really important for me that I end each contract with a client as positively and as memorably as possible. So that was a really great opportunity for me. And now heading into this new year, now I have figured out my entire process. So from the minute a client says, yes, I want to work with you, to all the way through to that very, very last message or communication that we have together at the end of our time working together. So I feel very confident going into the new year, thinking that whatever client I take on board moving forward, that they will have a seamless experience from beginning to end. That is my goal. And it feels good as a solopreneur to have figured that out. But again, the only way I was able to figure that out was to go through it with different clients. So that's an important part of building a business. All right, let's move on to a client win. So I have been working with one of my clients for 2 months now. It's going really, really well. He is at the president level within his company, and he's already seeing a really positive impact on us building his personal brand on LinkedIn. I'll give you 3 specific examples. So the first example is that he's had countless employees stop him at their head office to talk to him about different posts or give their opinion or share an insight or their experience. And this is a really key part of building personal brand when you are the executive in a company, because it really helps you strengthen relationships with your teams, with your employees. They get another level of touch points that they wouldn't get usually. They're able to learn about you, learn about your leadership style, learn about your expertise and where you've come from in a whole new way. So that's a huge benefit, especially if you are within a company as an executive. The second is that the head of PR in their company mentioned him individually as what all executives in their company should be doing, building their personal brands to bring new exposure to the company. And so as a result, he's now set a very high standard for others to follow, which is also a great win. It's very cool for him to be in that position. And then thirdly, he was just invited onto a podcast, and the host in the email specifically referred to his most recent LinkedIn post as the reason why he wanted to get him on. So that is very cool to see. And this is the perfect example of how building your personal brand on LinkedIn, how posting regularly on LinkedIn starts to get you known outside of your company, outside of your current network, and new opportunities come your way. So that is a few wins for him, and yeah, be a great experience so far with this client of mine. And then finally, let's talk about a tip for you as a live entertainment industry founder or executive, how you can start building your personal brand on LinkedIn. It's the new year, so this is the perfect time to do it. Hopefully you're full of inspiration and motivation and are ready to start really taking this kind of content seriously. So this tip today revolves around your headline. On LinkedIn, your headline is the text that appears below your name. A lot of people don't really use this to its full advantage, or they're not really sure what to write, so they just put their job title there. But I'm going to give you 3 things that you can include in your headline to make it very strong, because you want it to be a scroll stopper, not only when people go onto your LinkedIn page, but also this appears, or at least the start of it appears in the text when you comment on somebody's post. So where in your comment, people can see that. So you want it to be attractive straight away. So the 3 things to include is what you do, who you help or who you work with, and then what your credibility is. So you can see mine here. So I am a ghostwriter. I specifically write for and I work with live entertainment industry founder and executives. And my credibility is I've been in events and entertainment for 20 years. So give that a go. Check out your headline, make some tweaks if there are tweaks to make. Feel free to drop your new headline in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to give you some feedback on what you have written. That's it. That's all I have for this week's episode of Lost Influence. See you next week.